All right, hey guys, Jason here. Welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to be talking about, it is getting close to summertime. There's a lot of you guys that are about to start getting into traditional archery. It never fails. Every summer, people are like, you know what, this year I think I'm going trad. Okay, we hear it all the time. I think I'm going trad. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're glad you are. I'm very excited for you. Let me give you some tips that is going to make the transition better for you, and it is going to make things easier for you to do this and get you accurate and hunt ready as quick as possible. Step one, understand that the bow, a traditional bow, uses different muscles than your compound bow. When you draw a compound bow, you put all the weights right here. You got your release on it. It's like, and there it is, okay? That's how that works. That's why you see these guys point them at the sky. And there it is, okay? And I'm exaggerating it, but you see the point. It's all here is all your muscle. In a traditional bow, nothing, something, sort of something, a little bit more. Oh my God, what the heck is going on? How come I can't draw this? What is happening? That's how that works. Okay, that's the difference. So you're going to use different muscles. So you're going to have to acclimate your muscles to a traditional bow. If you're shooting a 50 or let's say you're shooting a 60-pound compound, if I put a 60-pound recurve or longbow in your hand, you'd be like this. You'd be like, this is great. I can do this just fine. It's so and that's as far as you're going with it, okay? Till you acclimate your muscles. Again, compound here, traditional bow here, back here is where this happens. Muscles here, muscles back here, muscles in here. All that stuff is different than right here. So it's going to take you some time to acclimate. It's going to take you some time to get it right. Start with a lower weight. I am not one of these guys that believes you need to go buying a 30-pound recurve or a 30-pound bow to get acclimated. I don't believe that whatsoever. I think pretty much every male and woman out there could be just fine buying a 40 or 45-pound bow and shooting it just fine. That's my opinion. You'll have to see for yourself. Might be a little heavy at first, but it doesn't matter if you bought a 40-pound bow or you bought a 60-pound bow. In the beginning, it will be heavy until you acclimate those muscles. How do you acclimate those muscles? You're like, oh, I can only shoot like 3 arrows a day and I'm dead. And then after that, I'm no good. That's right. It's in the beginning phases. What you want to do is you want to take that bow, you're gonna shoot that bow, take it out and shoot it a few times, and here you go, and you're out there, and you shoot one, boom, shoot two, boom, shoot three. On your fourth one, you're like this, you're like doing everything you can to shoot it, and it's too much for you. That's all right, okay? That's fine. Put the bow down for a little while. That night, when you're back in the house, take that bow, take it in there. When you're just sitting there, grab that bow, draw it a few times. Draw it a few times. Let it down a little bit. You don't gotta let it all the way down. Just get it, because this is what matters. Right here is the part of a bow that matters on a traditional bow. Oh, I can feel it burn. It burns here. It burns back here. It burns here. Oh, and that's what you're going to feel like. And it's a great thing. And then what you're going to do is do that every day, every couple of days. And then the next time you go to shoot, you're going to feel you're much better. This is not something new. This is not new information. This is how even every one of us that plan for a bigger hunt. See, the bows we shoot today are pansy bows comparatively. If you go back 20 years ago, a lot of guys were shooting 65-pound bows. We were shooting 79-pound bows. We were shooting 80-pound bows. People were shooting 100-pound bows. And what we would do to acclimate to that was we would have a summer bow and a hunting bow. In the summer, we would drop down to like, say, 55 or 60 pounds, and we would shoot those bows so we could do 3D shoots. We could shoot a lot. We could do this kind of stuff. And then usually about August, we transition into our heavier hunt weight bows, our 75, 80-pound bows, and then we'd be drawing those, and we'd start to shoot them more, but we knew we couldn't shoot them as long of practice sessions. But to many of us at the time, it mattered. How did we acclimate to those? When you went from shooting a 65-pound bow and you ordered a 75-pound bow, first few times it was sore. What did you do? Everything I just showed you is how we got that there. Okay, that's what every single one of us did. We'd shoot it a few times, know we were getting tired too early. That night, we would draw these bows. You'd walk by your bow and it's hanging on a rack, grab it, pull it down, grab that bow off of there and just draw it a few times. and do this with it to acclimate that muscle group. It's not just your bow arm. It is your draw arm. It is your bow arm too. It has to hold steady. If you're drawing that back and you come back and you pull it and it's doing this and it's all over the place and it's all over, that needs work through here too. All right. So this is things that are natural. Do not worry if you are overbowed. It feels like that at first. Just keep your bow weights to something reasonable. Today, again, we are much smarter than we were 20 years ago. We understand shoulder surgeries and damage to rotor cuffs, and we understand all this kind of stuff because unlike a lot of compound guys, and I don't say all because there are many that do shoot a lot, but unlike the majority of compound guys, traditional boys or girls, traditional bow hunters, traditional archers, we shoot our bows a lot. We shoot them a whole lot. Since we are shooting them a whole lot, we can do more damage. Since our muscles are not right here where it's all forearm and arm that pulls that back, gets it, and it doesn't come in until it's here where it's all shoulder, we are more prone to injury. So we learned we don't need that kind of weight. Arrow technology is much better today with what we know and understand about the arrows. We don't have to shoot that kind of weight. Shooting 45 pounds is going to be fine. Shooting 50 pounds is better. 55 pounds, even better. Does it matter? No. Just don't overdo it. But on the same note, like I said, I do not believe if you want to buy a 30-pound bow to practice with and have fun with, go, more power to you. Nothing wrong with that either. I'm just saying, understand the reality of what it takes to transition from a compound to a traditional bow in a sense of the draw muscles. Now, with that said, how do you shoot at one where you're going to be accurate as possible? You have split finger shooting. You have 3 under. You have split finger. You have all this kind of stuff that you're going to do this kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, I just had a guy comment in one of my videos and said that a bow quiver, mounted bow quiver, is very bad because you could cut your string when you pull the arrow out to go put it on a string. A bow mounted quiver is just fine. I have never in my life ever cut a bowstring with a bow. I've never touched a string with my arrow in 30 years of doing this. So I thought that was an interesting comment. But split finger, 1 over top, 2 under, works just fine. 3 under, works just fine. Seems that the last 15 years, a lot of people have gravitated to the 3 under method. And being 3 fingers under, I still shoot split finger. It doesn't matter, but I do believe that today the quickest way to be accurate is going to be 3 under. When you go 3 under, what it does, it is going to put that arrow, watch the difference here when I do a middle finger corner of my mouth. Watch how high the arrow line is to my eye, where the arrow is to my eye when I split it and I go middle finger corner of my mouth, okay? We'll go straight up and down. See the difference right there, middle finger corner of my mouth. Now watch when I do it 3 under. Watch where it puts this arrow in relationship to my eye, middle finger, corner of my mouth. See that? See how it puts that arrow right underneath my eyeball? That's what you're looking for. What that's going to do for you is it's going to let you look right over top of the arrow. It is that simple. That's why 3 under is so popular. So shooting 3 under and being able to do that is going to be great. Now, what happens when you go to draw and your arrow does this, okay? You're going to get ready to draw and it's going to go just like this. Like that. What happens when that happens to you? And in the beginning, that might happen more often than you think. Okay, it's hard for me to even replicate here. Hold on. Ready? Let's try it this way. Ready? I can't even get it to do it, but you'll get that arrow that'll fall off. What's happening is when you grab the string, you're rolling in tighter as you pull because there's more weight to it. It will not take you long to correct that, all right? That's what's happening. You're pulling in like this with your fingers, wrapping them in tighter, swinging, and it's common for people to swing that arrow off the shelf like that. It will not take you long to sort that and have that hook set so that you don't have to roll your fingers tighter as you draw. They'll already be locked and they'll already be set in that position where you can draw that smooth as butter and not have that issue. Won't take long, but it is common. So understand when that happens. This is why, it's because you are tightening your fingers as you're drawing, rolling the string and twisting that arrow off the shelf. Like that is what's happening. But 3 under, I think, is very easy and a good way to go. The front end, or your sight picture, you're gonna just look right down the arrow. Okay, you're gonna take this arrow 3 under, you're gonna come in like this, you're gonna bring that middle finger and you're gonna look right down that arrow shaft, right there, just like that is exactly what it's gonna look like for you. And then you shoot one and see where it goes. And then you learn if you have to hold higher or lower. That is called your gap. Okay, very easy, Very simple to do. Next thing, the most important thing, more important than your release. Okay, when you release, you want to try to keep it steady and stationary so it doesn't move, or you can come back like this. You're going to hear all this stuff. People get way too technical on a release. Don't worry about your release. Release is something for later on down the road when you're nitpicking and splitting hairs. The important thing is your bow arm goes forward. You have to push the bow arm into the target, almost like you want to push the release to happen. Like you have your arrow set up here and your bow set up, and what you want to do is almost like push that makes you release, okay? You want to push it so that you have to let go. More like that last little bit of push on the bow arm pushes that and pops it out of your fingers. Push forward on the bow arm. This bow arm has to get pushed forward, and it has to stay there the whole entire time till the arrow hits. It's really that simple. There is no reason to overthink this. There's no reason to take it too far. There is no reason to get caught up in a lot of stuff, especially in the beginning. It is that easy. Build your muscles up, 3 fingers under, look down the top of the arrow, push your bow hand into that target 100% until the arrow actually arrives there. That's all there is to it. That there will make you an incredible bow hunter as a traditional bow hunter. That will get you into, that'll get you really good shots, really tight groups, that will get you on your way, get you everything that you need to know and have you set up. Questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.